Hey everyone, welcome to Westview Wellness's Facebook Live. Today we're talking about bath bombs and how to make bath bombs, which are some of my absolute favorite things. So I wanted to show everyone how to do it. It's one of those things that can be scientific, and you can teach your kids a little bit about science, but it's also something that is very, very easy. And then my kids were saying, well, how does this have anything to do with coronavirus and quarantine? I think that when you mix the right essential oils in it, it can help one relax. It can hopefully help your kids get to bed sooner. So who doesn't want that? Well, right now my kids are going to bed very late, so I will not judge anybody if your kids are also going to bed really late. This is a collection of some of the bath bombs that I have, and I'll show you how to make some of these special guys. Okay. So I have the recipe here, and we can post it on the comment section too. But you're going to start with baking soda. Baking soda is a weak base. If you think back to science, acids versus bases, this is going to have a pH of over 7. And you're going to want just 1 cup of baking soda. The great thing is you don't have, I got this bag from Randall's way before the virus and pandemic set in, but I've even in a pinch ordered my baking soda and citric acid from Amazon. So there's a tip for you. Just like when you're baking, I like to sift the baking soda so that there aren't any lumps or clumps. So you have to use a dry bowl, dry measuring spoons, dry sifter. Everything has to be anhydrous because once you add in the water, that's what causes the reaction to happen. So I've already measured out half a cup of citric acid, and this is just the citric acid that I use, Millard's. It's again from Amazon, super easy, but citric acid is one of the active ingredients in fruits, and it is acidic. So again, pH of under 7.0. When these ingredients are dry and put together, nothing happens. It's when you add water that it causes the characteristic fizziness of a bath bomb. It releases carbon dioxide, and a byproduct is sodium citrate salts. Those salts are actually good for you. It's like being in salt water when you're taking a bath, and the salts can also clean your bathtub. So I love taking a bath with the bath bombs. It cleans the bathtub and it just smells really, really great. I'm breaking up some of the clumps that were here in the citric acid. And then the next thing is to add oil. So I got this organic coconut and sunflower oil. I'm going to put 3/4 to a teaspoon. It really is up to you. Some people will use cocoa butter. If you use cocoa butter flakes, it's really nice because then when you take a bath with your bath bomb, those cocoa butter flakes float to the top and you can rub that on your skin. Super soothing. Let's see. I also have some essential oils here. So I'm going to add in the essential oils and coloring just a little bit later, and I'll show you why. So right now I have this bowl. It's all just white ingredients with the baking soda, the citric acid, and a little bit of the oil. I'm gonna mix it with my hands. And you guys are in for a treat today. I'm doing something special with my bath bombs. We're not just doing plain bath bombs. What fun would that be? I'm going to split it in half. I have another dry bowl here. And put half in one and half in the other. Make sure it's about proportionate. Yep, okay. Because I've always wanted to do a mixture of lavender and lemon bath bombs. I thought that that would be really great because lavender and lemon are 2 of my favorite essential oils. Lavender is of course soothing. So I'm just going to add, I put in the ingredients like a 3/4 of a tablespoon. I'm just gonna keep adding drops into it. Probably about 10 to 15 drops if you really want it very scented. I love lavender. My kids don't like lavender that much, but I do need to calm them down at night. They are crazy. They are wanting to stay up till 11 or midnight, and then they get cranky, and then they pick on each other. Please hit like if you guys also have kids that do the same thing. Okay, and then in the other one, I'm adding lemon. I love lemon. Lemon is uplifting, whereas lavender is supposed to be calming. So this is just supposed to be a really nice balance of calming and uplifting. Both scents are really useful for headaches too. So if you guys get headaches, this is supposed to be a really great mix. If you need an instant relief, you can also put some lemon or lavender on your hands, rub it together, and then just inhale. Wonderful, wonderful for headaches. I have some pediatric patients that come in. One girl in particular, she always asks for some kind of essential oil when we're done with the adjustment. And lemon has been her favorite lately. She likes getting just a little bit of lemon. I'd like to think that it helps her concentrate when she's homeschooling, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm adding these colorants. You can add regular food coloring, totally safe, easy for the bathtub. The problem is once you put it in the bathtub with the bath bomb, the regular food dye just turns gray. It's not a really pretty color. So I got these colorants from Brambleberry, and I think the website is brambleberry.com. They specialize in soaps, in bath bombs. They have tons of ingredients. I really, really love their company. Shameless plug. I don't get anything from it, I wish, but I'll hashtag them. Maybe they'll send us some free samples or colors. Okay, so in the lemon one, I'm putting some lemon coloring, and I'll move up so you can see what that looks like. Just like that, just sitting on the surface. Hasn't blended yet. And then I'm adding some purple coloring to the lavender to amplify that. And it just looks like black blobs, like that. Not very colorful, not very pretty, but secret ingredient. Everybody should note that when you're making bath bombs, you need something to mix everything together, something to make it stick, but that's not water, because once you add the water, it fizzes and you lose the whole bath bomb effect. So I like Witchhazel. Some people use alcohol. Alcohol just kind of smells. So I like the Witchhazel a little bit better. So I squirt in a little bit, just a little bit of Witchhazel, maybe like half a teaspoon, and then I mix with my hands. If you don't like to mix with your hands, if you don't like to get the color on your hands, use gloves. Just so happens that our house is out of gloves. I wonder why. So we don't have any disposable gloves. So I'm just using my hands to mix this, and I'll show you the color in just a little bit. It should, Katya, can you help me with the camera so we can show people? This to me looks like scrambled eggs with this consistency. Can you see it? I hope so. But you want to get it to the consistency so when you squeeze, it holds together. Just barely holds together. There we go. Okay? And plus you can't find any alcohol in the store, says Tanya. That is true. Alcohol is a hot commodity. So Witchhazel is just as sufficient. Not for disinfecting, of course, but for your dyes. Okay, so Katya, can we show them this purple one and see what happens when we add the Witchhazel? I have my videographer. So you're gonna lift the camera up a little bit. See, this is just the purple dye blobbing and sitting on top. When I mix it, it doesn't really mix well until you add the Witchhazel, and then it goes a little crazy and starts fizzing. Oh, she's wanting me to tilt the bowl. I'm wanting you to tilt the camera. You can put the camera right over the bowl. Yep. All the things we're learning new in quarantine, teaching kids videography skills and helping with our Facebook Live marketing. Oh, that is turning out to be a really nice color. I wish it was a little bit more lavender, but oh well. Okay, so just mixing with my hands. You can see I have a little bit of the dye on my hands. Not too big deal. Okay, how do you make the bath bombs from here? Once you get everything all mixed in, you can put it in different molds. So I went ahead on the Brambleberry site and purchased these stainless steel molds. I love these. These are my absolute favorite. But I also have these heart-shaped molds. They sold these around Valentine's time at Michael's, and I've used that a lot. I've given bath bombs away for Valentine's in a heart shape. And then I also have this mold. It's an ice cube mold, but they make the most perfect cubes. They are so adorable. They look like little bonbons or candies when you use the bath bombs with that. So in order to mix two colors, to do a 2-color mix, I'm gonna use my mold. Oh, I'm sorry, I also have this clear plastic one. So I'll demonstrate with the clear plastic one. These are really cheap. You can get these on Amazon as well, or on Bramble. I don't know if Brambleberry has the clear ones, but Michael's definitely does. So I'm using a little bit of the lemon. I'm filling it maybe like a third full, and then I'll put a little bit of the lavender. And why stop there, right? I have a little Anna doll, just some little thing my kids had that they don't really want anymore because they've outgrown Frozen. But I know that my niece loves this sort of thing. So I'm just gonna hide the little Anna doll in the middle of my bath bomb there. She fits perfectly. And then I'm going to sprinkle some more mix, right like that. And then in the opposite one, I'm going to get purple and yellow. Lemon and lavender. You want to overstuff these and really compact them down. Really stuff it, stuff it, stuff it. So that when you smash these together, smash, 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 then it holds. Now, one of the things I've noticed that is bad is that if you leave it in here for 24 hours, 48 hours, which is the time it takes for it to harden, it will overflow sometimes. Maybe if you use too much alcohol or too much of the Witchhazel. So what I like to do is try and carefully take it out, tease it, and then place it somewhere to dry. So we're not able to use that one immediately. That one's gonna take 24 to 48 hours to cure before you can use it. I mean, you could start using it immediately, but if you want the whole effect, you really want to let it wait. Okay, last surprise that I have for you guys is I made a bath bomb a while back using my heart-shaped mold, and I'm going to put it in water here. Victoria's gonna help me with the camera so you can see what happens when the bath bombs work. Ooh, and see, they say that you're supposed to use it within 3 months. I will admit that I've let mine go a little bit longer. This is probably like 2 years old, but it still fizzes. Can't really hear it, but you can see it causing the water to fizz up. And you can see that this one was made with some food dye, some orange food dye, so it didn't really color the water. To really get those nice colors, you've got to use those nice colorants. Like I said, Brambleberry is really great for that. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this has been educational. I hope it's been fun. I hope you make some bath bombs and then show us your creations so we can see and find some really good combinations. I started getting some essential oils with using eucalyptus and Breathe, which is from the doTERRA line, and that really helps open up your sinuses when you're feeling congested. It's a great way to take a bath, but then be therapeutic at the same time. You guys all be safe. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.